Hi there, families. This video is intended for Life High School families whose students are enrolled in the Health elective course. As you can see, we are logged into a student's OHS account here. This is the student view that we're looking at. And you're going to continue in through the classes link that you use on a daily basis to access your different classes with your Life teachers. When we click on that, you're going to see that you have your high school caseload class, your teacher-specific class, and then you'll see that you will have the Skills for Health class. Once we click on that, I'm going to take you into the class setup. It's very similar to your high school class and your homeroom class with your teacher, except this one is specific to health content. All right, once we log in here, you'll see that the page looks very similar to your other courses. However, it's a lot busier. What I want to share with you that's explained in the email is that we have given all Life students access to the general education curriculum materials as an optional component, but we have built in a section that contains modified and adapted work for the health course. But what you're going to see are a whole bunch of general education tools that you are welcome to take advantage of, but are not required to do so. So let's take a tour of this page, kind of top to bottom, and show you the areas that you're going to want to pay attention to and the areas you're going to disregard. We're going to come up here to the top and you're going to see that it's going to say health and it's going to say _Adams. That is because I, Holly Adams, the assistant administrator for the Life department and the quote unquote owner of the classroom. So despite the fact that you might be in Miss Child's class or Miss Dirty's class or Miss Bright's class, or McCandless or Low, it's going to say Adams, and that's okay because all of our Life students have access to this one classroom shell. So I want to make sure nobody is concerned that this doesn't have your specific teacher's last name on it. What's important to know is that we've taken the time to give you access to the general education curriculum, and those tools are absolutely optional for you, but we decided that you might enjoy having access to that content. In addition to the Life section that has fully adapted and modified content for you as well. So as you can see right here at the top, it says class content, and this is where you'll access the Life section of material and the entire course content for the general education students. As you can see, there's a lot more information here that you have access to. Again, it is not required, and the general education portion of this course is optional. We encourage you to go in and look around, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But again, want to emphasize that it is not required. When you click right here where it says Life Student Work, this is the section that's going to hold the content that is the adapted and modified content for your student. As you can see, it will be divided up for the months of the course, and inside these shells within the Life Requireds work folder, you will see activities for September, October, November, and December. They will be marked optional and required so that you can tell the difference between some modified content that we're offering to you as a resource and then a required component for you to complete. So I want to make sure that you're familiar with how to access the Life content. If you are to go back to your class home here, you'll see again that your Life content is always going to be this first module here on the left. If you are interested in accessing the general education curriculum materials, which again you are welcome to do but not required, you would simply click on one of the modules that interests you. Let's say you go into the module that is What is Health, and you click on that. What it's going to do is open up the general education curriculum, and you can turn the page to work through that if desired. Again, this is not required. This is open to you choosing if you want to read through this material, but it is here for you should you desire to do so. All right, let's go back to our class home here and show you another feature that we are going to actually not pay attention to. Part of the trade-off we made to be able to give you access to the general education curriculum, which we think is the appropriate decision, is that we got a whole bunch of bells and whistles with this course that we don't necessarily need to take advantage of. One of those bells and whistles are these progress bars. So you'll see something right here that says 7% complete. Or you'll see this status bar right here that says 0.72% complete, 2 out of 279. I want to make sure that you guys are very comfortable with understanding you do not need to pay attention to those status bars. That is a tool that comes with the course that we are not able to remove. But by having access to the general education curriculum, it automatically populates those status bars. But again, you do not need to pay attention to them. The next section, as we scroll down on the page, that you'll want to just pay attention to is really the class announcements. There will be specific announcements here for the life section of health here. We will be letting you know of projects coming up, Class Connect sessions coming up, etc. But all of that information will be listed in the class announcements. Aside from that, that is the bulk of the time that you're going to spend in this course, and those are the areas that you're going to visit. Again, this course has a lot more tools and tricks and tips that we're probably not going to utilize at this point because they go along more with participating in the full curriculum. So please don't worry about spending any time in the progress, grades, or tools section. Again, that is gratuitous content that does not really follow along with the access to the general ed curriculum we're giving. So I just want to kind of end our video with saying that you guys have access to the general education curriculum. It is not required, but you certainly may go in and access the content as much or as little as you desire. And all required components of the course will be listed over here under the Life Students Required Work section. Thank you very much.